welcome to Minimal Mindful Mama. I'm Katie Mixon, and I love helping busy moms to declutter and organize their lives so that you can spend less time cleaning and organizing and more time actually living the life that you want to. We are finishing up our series on Minimalist Motherhood this month. We've had a lot of awesome videos with guest speakers so far in this series, so if you haven't seen those yet, be sure to go and check them out after this video. But today we're going to be talking about my personal favorite minimalist mom must-haves. All of the things that I'm going to be sharing with you today are things that have made a huge difference for me in my motherhood and just as a minimalist mom. They're all things that have been really helpful to me along my journey. Some of them are items that you can purchase, which I'll have linked down below, and others are more tip-based type of things. So I'm really excited to share today's video with you. Let's go ahead and get started. That was really helpful to me when I had brand new babies were my cloth diapers and my baby carrier. I did a lot of research on cloth diapers ahead of time to determine which kind I wanted to use. I knew that they were better for your baby's skin as well as more sustainable, and so that was an option that I really wanted to pursue. And I ended up finding that the cloth diapers that I used actually kept everything contained a lot better. I ended up with much less blowouts and leakage when I used the cloth diapers compared to when I would use the disposable diapers. With my first, I actually planned to do disposable diapers for the first 6 weeks and then transition over to cloth diapers, simply because it was my first baby and I wasn't sure how I would handle the transition to motherhood and postpartum and everything. So I wanted to make it really easy on myself, and that's why I had planned to do disposable diapers for the first 6 weeks and then make the switch. However, I found that the cloth diapers just were so much better at containing everything. And with the disposable diapers, I was having to wash her clothing so much more because they just leaked so much, especially in that newborn phase. So I ended up actually switching her over to cloth much sooner than I had planned because they worked so much better. So the diapers that I used are the Bum Genius Free Time brand of diapers. I loved the all-in-one style and that they were really easy to simply toss in the wash, and then there was no stuffing or folding after the fact. They just are all completely sewn together, and so you can just stick it on. They're also adjustable to your baby's size because of the different snaps. So I just really liked that brand and ended up using those with all 3 of my children. If you've been in the cloth diapering world, I'm sure you've seen people's huge stashes of cloth diapers, and you might be thinking that's not minimal at all. However, I had 7 diapers that I used, and I basically just washed a diaper load every day, and that ended up working out fine for me. I didn't see the need to collect a massive diaper stash. I just had those 7, and we went through usually 3 to 4 a day, if I remember correctly, depending on the age of the baby, and that number worked out just fine. I also really loved that brand as a minimalist mom because they were easy to take along on the go. I had one of the wet bags from Cotton Babies, and so it was really easy to just throw the diaper in the bag and zip it up. Those bags actually came in handy so much. I loved that not only could you throw the diaper in there, but you could also use it for wet or soiled clothing. So that was just a really convenient thing to have in my diaper bag, and I highly recommend looking into that system if you are interested. I also wanted to mention my baby carrier. So I was all for baby wearing. I loved the idea of being hands-free and able to do things. And also I loved that the baby got to feel safe and comfortable and close to mom. I tried out a good many different baby carriers. I had a Moby wrap, I had a baby sling, I had a woven wrap. With my third, I got a baby katan, but my all-time favorite for all three of my girls was my Ergo carrier. It ended up just being the most convenient and comfortable, and while I did love and use my other carriers as well, if you are looking for a carrier to invest in and aren't sure which one to go with, I definitely recommend the Ergo. The last baby gear type of item that I'd like to share with you is the City Mini double stroller. Of course, not everyone will need or use a double stroller. However, I had my first two a year apart, and even if you have a larger gap between your children, it can be sometimes really helpful when you're on the go or at the store to be able to put your toddler in the stroller as well as your baby. And so that was something that I found to be very, very helpful. I loved my City Mini stroller as it fits through most doorways easily, even though it's the two side-by-side seats. I didn't have any problem there. It was easy to navigate. I could open and shut it basically one-handed. It was just so convenient and perfect for a mom of two little kids. I did try for a little while one of the strollers where the two seats are behind and in front of each other, and that one just was not as easy to navigate. Even though it was thinner, it just was so much more difficult to open and close and to push around things, whereas the City Mini was just so easy to navigate. Moving on to the skincare category, it took me a while to really get into a good skincare routine as a mom, and I think that it's something that's really important to be able to take care of yourself and to just have an easy go-to routine that doesn't take too much time or thought or energy or investment. So I found this eye cream that is my absolute favorite. It's by 100% Pure, and it isn't sticky, it doesn't leave a shiny residue. It is my absolute favorite eye cream, and once I found it and started using it, I have not switched. I've also been loving the skincare line by Peak Scents. I use their vitamin C serum, which I absolutely love. I use that during the day, and then I use either the Power Repair night cream or the Skin Therapy oil at night. I love how luxurious these items are and feel, and yet they're very affordable. I always notice a huge difference in my skin the next morning when I do use these. Even if I missed a few nights and then one night I put it on, I'll notice a huge difference in my skin the next morning. And so it's not one of those things that you necessarily have to continue buying for months and months to see results, which I really appreciate. I also recently discovered these Brownies facial patches, which I have been loving. So I wanted to share this with you. It's off of Amazon, and it's just a very simple product, but it's these little adhesive patches. So they're like these little papers that are perforated so that you can actually tear off pieces to be the size or the shape that you want. And on the back, when you wet it, it's actually a little bit sticky, and so you can put it on your forehead, and I would usually do smaller pieces, but you can stick it to your forehead at night before you go to bed after you've done your skincare routine. But the purpose of it is to train your muscles to relax while you're sleeping. If you're a person that makes a lot of different facial expressions, sometimes you can actually do that in your sleep without realizing it, and that can actually contribute to wrinkles on your face. And so I loved this idea because it isn't something invasive like Botox or something. It's really simple and easy to use. It can feel a little bit odd the first time you do it, but if you wear it at night while you're sleeping, and then you can just remove it in the morning. And if you do that a few days in a row, it will actually really help to train the muscles in your face so that they stay relaxed while you're asleep and you won't develop those facial wrinkles as much. They are natural and breathable, and I have been loving using these, and I highly recommend them if you are concerned about getting wrinkles in your face as you age, and if you're looking for an alternative to the invasive procedures. Another item that is great, especially if you have longer hair and like to wear it up a lot, is this item, which is called a Swerve, and it is made by the company Lila Rose. This is just a metal pin that can hold all of your hair up in a bun for the whole day using only this item. Again, it's one of those really convenient things that you can just toss in your bag to have with you on the go, so that if you're needing to throw your hair up, you can do it really quickly and easily without needing a mirror or a million bobby pins to do it. It is curved, and so you can do it a few different ways, but how I like to do it is I'll twist my hair up into a bun. And then I take the swerve and I'll put it in the edge of the bun going towards my head. Then I'll flip it over and slide it along my scalp and back out the other side of the bun. It is all held up there really tightly, and I would have my hair out of my way if I needed to change a diaper or to be working. And then to take it out, you simply slide it out and all of your hair comes down. I have very thick hair and always have, and it's actually pretty long right now too, as you can see. And so this is an item that has been invaluable to me over the last 4 or 5 years, and I highly recommend. I have a few other Minimalist Mom must-haves that aren't really product type items that I'm really excited to share with you. So the first thing that I think is a must-have for any minimalist mom is a go-to uniform. Whether you are a stay-at-home mom or a working mom, cutting down on the time and the mental energy that it takes each morning to get dressed and to get ready is always a good thing. So if you're able to determine your style type and then come up with a uniform that you wear on a daily basis, it can be really helpful. I found for me personally that I love wearing sweaters with jeans in the winter time, and so that's kind of an example of my go-to mom uniform. I don't have to put too much thought or energy into it. I just put on a pair of jeans and grab one of my sweaters and I am good to go. Another thing that I think is really helpful to take advantage of are your local parks or library or other free resources near you. As a minimalist mom, I try to keep the toys in our home rather minimal, and so having those resources like the library or parks or places that we go that have toys can be really helpful in keeping the toys in our home to a minimum. We're able to get out of the house, go somewhere new, try something different, play with other people's toys, and then we don't have to spend the money to purchase those items for our own home, but we also don't have them taking up the space in our home. It's a great way that I've found to keep my kids entertained and keep things fresh without cluttering my home. Along this theme of taking your kids to parks and spending time outside in nature so that you don't have to be spending so much time inside your home, I found some items that I highly recommend for kids who are going to be outside a lot. The first item is waterproof pants or a rain suit. I personally love this one by C'est La Vie. It's extremely durable, has lasted me through multiple children. It comes in a wide variety of colors, and it really does a great job at keeping them warm and comfortable and dry, especially when you're outside playing in the rain or splashing in mud puddles. It has elastic around the ankles, which I find to be really helpful in keeping their pants inside of their boots so that water and mud doesn't accidentally get in there as well. And then I have a boot recommendation for you as well. These waterproof boots by Boggs are amazing. I love that they double as rain boots and snow boots. They keep your feet warm and dry up to very low temperatures. And as a minimalist, I just love that I don't have to purchase a pair of rain boots and a pair of snow boots, and I'm able to purchase the one pair and have it work year-round for both. If you are a family that spends a lot of time outside in nature, both of these items would be great investments for your family. I also wanted to recommend this anti-itch bug balm. It's really easy to carry in your purse or your diaper bag, and it's really helpful to have on the go for if your kid or you get a mosquito bite or something, to be able to put this bug balm on and experience nearly instant relief. I was skeptical at first before I tried it. I didn't think that it could actually really work that well, but it really did work for us, and so it's become a necessary item to have on all of our outdoor adventures. Another thing that I think is very helpful to have as a minimalist mom is a easy, quick cleaning routine. Of course, there's going to be days when you have more time and you want to go through and deep clean areas, and that's definitely important. But I think it's good to come up with or find a routine that is really fast and that you can get the house tidied and a quick clean done in a short amount of time. By being a minimalist and having less stuff, this will already be a little bit easier to do. But I think that finding a really good routine that works well for you is also really important. It doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't have to be amazingly clean, but having a quick routine that you can do when you're crunched for time and just overwhelmed by the house, or things are just especially dirty and need to have a quick going over, can be really helpful, especially for moms who are in the thick of it and very busy with life. If you need some ideas, I have several cleaning routine videos, and you can click here to check some of those out. This little item is another one of my absolute favorite minimalist mom items. It is a little Bluetooth speaker. It's by Listen Sound Co. I believe it is the Listen Crescent. I love how convenient and portable it is. It's very small and I can easily throw it in my bag, but I also think that it's very attractive and aesthetically pleasing. The sound quality is really good for the size and the price of the device, and I've brought this with me to the park, to the beach. I've used it at school as a teacher. I put it in my kids' room to play the cleanup song when it's time for them to clean up their room. And overall, it's just a very useful little speaker. So if you're looking for something like this, I highly recommend this one. So those are my minimalist mom must-have items. I hope that you've enjoyed today's video and have found some of these things helpful to you. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. You can go ahead and hit that little bell button as well. That way you'll get notified whenever I upload a new video. And don't forget to check out the rest of the Minimalist Motherhood playlist that I've been creating this month. Thank you again so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you very soon in my next video.